What's up, guys? Here with your Week 3 review video. Obviously, I know you guys probably watched a good portion of the Monday night game last night. It wasn't quite as eventful as I'm sure a majority of us would have hoped. Obviously, the game worked out for me fantasy-wise for the most part. I'm going to start off with my matchup this week. We had two matchups this week that were decided by less than a point. One of them was mine. I'm currently 0-3. So it's going to be very tough for me to come back from this to make the playoffs, but we'll see what happens here. But I had Edwards-Helaire last night and Mark Ingram, and I was playing against Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown, and just couldn't quite pull it off. It's tough because obviously I'm missing one of my top players. Devontae Adams was out this week. I did wait to make the decision in my lineup. Which I ended up making the wrong decision. If I would have played J.K. Dobbins over Mark Ingram, I win. Or if I would have known earlier in the day on Sunday, I could have played Darrell Henderson. But I'm pretty sure I probably, regardless, would have made the decision I made. So it is what it is. Just it sucks, obviously. Looking at my team, Matt Ryan sucked on Sunday. I don't know if the Bears' defense is good. I don't know if he couldn't get it going because he didn't have Julio Jones. Not really sure there. Good game out of my running backs. Odell Beckham, he could have done a little better. Really nice game out of Keenan Allen. Darius Slayton didn't do anything. I don't understand how the 49ers can have all their players hurt and the Giants get fucking throttled. Makes no sense to me. Hayden Hurst scores a touchdown on the first drive of the game. 1 yard touchdown catch. I'm like, wow, this could be a nice day for Hayden Hurst. He'll probably get 5, 6 catches. He might even get another touchdown. It's going to be great. Nope, that's it. He only got 3 targets total on the day. Team don't have Julio Jones. Russell Gage leaves the game with injury. I mean, who the fuck is Matt Ryan throwing the ball to? Like, I don't understand. You throw it to Hayden Hurst. You obviously throw it to Calvin Ridley. You maybe give a little bit to Todd Gurley. And, you spread out, sprinkle a couple other targets to, whoever else is on the team. Just real confusing there. Nothing else going on my team. Everybody else sucked. I mean, I had points on the bench. Sanders had a touchdown. Darrell Henderson played well. I still think my team is solid, but if we don't start winning, it ain't gonna fucking matter. Looking over here at Casey's team, he was able to pull this out. I didn't mention the score. He won 107.18. I had 106.22, so just under a 1-point victory for him. Lamar Jackson struggled. It's the second game this year where he hasn't really put up stellar numbers. Big reason why I'm, one of those people who doesn't talk about drafting a quarterback early ever, because it rarely pays off. Nick Chubb had another 2-touchdown game, so he's really doing well. Todd Gurley did get a touchdown. Big day out of Tyler Lockett. 9 catches, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns versus my Cowboys. I played Tyler Lockett in DFS with Russell Wilson, so I was plenty happy with it because I was able to make some money this week. Brandon Cooks, Marquise Brown, both struggled. Logan Thomas, only 5 points. I thought Logan Thomas was going to do better. I thought maybe he had a little bit of a connection going on with Dwayne Haskins there. I played him in DFS as well. CD Lamb, decent game, just no touchdowns there. Nothing out of anybody else on his team. Also, my kicker missed an extra point. If he fucking makes that extra point, I win this week. I mean, obviously, Casey's kicker missed a field goal and extra point, so he obviously could have done better there. He had Justin Jefferson on the bench, who had a huge game this week, the 27 points there. Tight end on the bench, Eric Ebron had 13.7. Could have got some more points there as well. Next matchup we have Josh versus Garrett number 2. Josh won this one. It was 139.7 to basically 130. So basically a 10-point victory for Josh here. Obviously, his team's being led by Russell Wilson, who is right now the MVP on the season. I would have him ahead of Josh Allen myself. 5 touchdowns out of Wilson is just crazy. Big day out of Derrick Henry for him, 26 points, 2 touchdowns. Big day out of Austin Eckler, who had 26 points. This dude had 11 catches. I mean, that's and 84 yards receiving. That's pretty crazy there. And they lost to the Panthers, which I just find shocking. I really think the Chargers have a good team. Obviously, they're without Derwin James. I think Justin Herbert's probably a better fit for them than Tyrod Taylor, and I know they were without Melvin Ingram this week as well, so a couple of hits to their defense. But I don't understand how the Chargers have all this talent, but they always find a way to lose and struggle. It makes no sense to me. Godwin had a touchdown, got 15 points. He did leave the game with a hamstring injury that may be serious. I believe last I heard they were giving him an MRI, but I haven't heard any results on that. Nice game out of Tyler Boyd. He had 10 catches for 125, and they ended their game in a tie. Fitzgerald, 1 catch, 0 yards. Not really sure why you're playing Fitz. He's done. I mean, he's washed up. Darren Waller got shut down. Obviously, you're going to play Darren Waller, but everybody kind of knew that Belichick was going to put the clamps on him, or at least attempt to do so. Nothing else to really speak of here. Had Carson Wentz on the bench, who had 22 points basically, but obviously played the right quarterback, no question. Looking over here at Garrett number 2's team, Kyler Murray had a nice day. 22 points, had 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, but did throw 3 interceptions, which definitely hurt his scoring there. You get -2 for each interception. Ezekiel Elliott had a rough day, only 34 yards, but he did find the end zone, so he got 15. Jonathan Taylor didn't have to be used much because his defense scored 2 touchdowns. And, so he didn't have to put up big numbers there. Finished with 13. DK Metcalf, nice day. Should have had a touchdown that, our rookie Diggs came from behind and punched it out. So obviously if he scores that touchdown there, that makes things a little bit more interesting here. Kelsey, decent game. Just couldn't find the end zone last night. Garrett number 2 went to double tight ends this week. He got real lucky because Gesicki only had 1 catch, but it was a 15-yard touchdown. Obviously, he had the number 1 defense of the week, the Colts, who had 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a safety, only gave up 7 points, so really nice day out of them. Nothing else going on the team. Next up, we have the closest matchup, probably closest matchup we'll have all season. Believe it or not, it may have been this league, I'm not sure, but a few years ago, with decimal scoring, we had a tie in a league I was in, so it can get real close. Obviously, there are still stat corrections that can be made. I want to say those happen on Wednesday. I don't believe my matchup will be affected to the point where it could swing a win or loss, and opposite of what currently stands. But it could here because Kenny won this one 121.14 to 121, so only 0.14 difference. If somebody, his defense gets credited with a potential sack, or something crazy, a couple yards gets shaved off somebody's play or something, that could definitely swing things here. So it'll be very interesting to see if that does change this matchup by chance. But right now, as it stands, Kenny won this one, led by Josh Allen, who, like I said earlier, is probably second in MVP voting. 31 points out of him, 25 out of Dalvin Cook, who had 181 yards. So big day for him. Nothing out of Montgomery, really. Tough day for DJ Moore, and just a lot of crap on the rest of his lineup. Outside of the 2 big dogs, he got 11.5 out of Gibson. His kicker did well, got 14, but everybody else was in single digits, so a little surprised he was able to pull it off here. Nothing really to speak of on the bench. Anthony Miller on the bench had a touchdown, but only 2 catches. Looking over here at Dalton's team, Stafford finally had his number 1 target this week. Didn't really put up too many numbers, only 19. Allen Robinson had a big day. I guess that you got to attribute that to having Nick Foles back. He had 23 points. Smith-Schuster had 4 catches and a touchdown, got 14. Kareem Hunt had another touchdown this week. The Bucs defense really carried Dalton's team this week. Had 19, 2 INTs, a safety. Looks like, I guess, a block field goal as well. Drake and Mixon, struggling for him at RB. Looking at his bench here, Joe Burrow had 20.38, so if he plays Burrow over Stafford, he would have won the matchup so far. Probably not a decision I would have made. I playing Arizona, playing Philadelphia, about the same. I probably would just win with the veteran, especially with him getting his top target back. Had Will Fuller on the bench as well, who had 13. So if he would have played him over AJ Green, would have got the victory there. Same thing. I'm not really sure, who you go with there. Obviously, Will Fuller had a very tough matchup versus Pittsburgh, but you have to think if he's healthy, he's going to be involved, especially considering he wasn't the previous week. So I could understand the frustration of putting him on the bench there. Next up, we got Garrett versus Matt. Garrett won this one 136-113. Looking at Matt's team, Patrick Mahomes killed it last night, 40 points. Singletary had a decent day, no touchdowns, but had 14. They had no Zach Moss. Ronald Jones had 8. He outperformed Fournette this week. So that's just going to be back and forth. Not really sure what's going to go on there. Calvin Ridley had 14 points here. No touchdowns for the first time this season. Deontay Johnson only had 0.9. He did get hurt in that game, so that affects, obviously, a score there. Miles Sanders played all right. He was supposed to play a lot better. Only 95 yards, no touchdown. 13 points out of the kicker. Aaron Rodgers played well on his bench. He had Mecole Hardman on the bench as well, so could have got some more points out of Hardman, but it wouldn't have been enough for him there. Tom Brady played well for Garrett, 24 points. Kamara's been killing it. Obviously, he's basically number one option when Michael Thomas isn't there. They throw him the ball as much as they can. He had 13 catches in the game. Also helped me win some money in DFS. Fournette shit the bed. I just don't know what Bruce Arians is going to do. Doesn't look like he's going to turn it over to one person or one of the guys. It's just going to be a timeshare, and it's just going to be a nightmare for fantasy. DeAndre Hopkins played well, 10 catches, 137. Just couldn't find the end zone this week. Adam Thielen, 29 yards receiving, but did get a touchdown. Obviously was outshined by the rookie on the team, Justin Jefferson, this week. Patriots defense and kicker both with double-digit points. Obviously, that's a good recipe for success. Had Michael Gallup on the bench, who had 23 points. So nice day out of him. Maybe I would have played him over Edelman. I don't know, but I definitely wouldn't have played him over Thielen or Hopkins. And I was actually high on Josh Kelly this week. Thought he was going to do well against the Panthers, and that didn't happen. He only had 4.2. Did fumble as well, so didn't matter for Garrett here. He still got the win. Let's see. I don't know why the score isn't loading on these last couple. Give me a second here. Next matchup we have is Derek versus Jason. And I'm just trying to get my fucking iPad to work here so I can get that pulled up. I know Jason won this matchup. I just got to get the score here. Looks like the ESPN app is acting up a little bit. Oh, let me see if I can get it on my phone real quick. Oh shit, this isn't giving me anything. Well, this is awkward. Looks like the website's having problems. I know Jason beat Derek this week. And then I believe, oh, there it goes, working again. So it looks like Jason beat Derek this week. It was 115-92. Derek was led by Drew Brees, who played well. Hunter Renfrow had a touchdown this week, 84 yards. Galladay got his first action of the season, 57 yards and a touchdown, 15 points there. Steelers defense got him 9. Robbie Gould got him 13, so good play there. Nothing else to really speak of there. John Brown with a goose egg. Jarvis Landry, nothing. I don't even know why you fucking would have played Dion Lewis, but looks like you have a lot of injuries on the team. I definitely would have played Michelle over Dion Lewis, but you never know going in. Obviously, the matchup played in favor for Michelle. I'm not really sure that decision making there, but it wouldn't have made a difference in winning or losing here. Just a lot of injuries to his team, so obviously that makes it tough to pull out some victories. Looking over here at Jason's team, Prescott with a big day, 472, 3 touchdowns. Did throw 2 interceptions though. Duke Johnson, not a lot of yards, but did find the end zone. Got 12. Tyreek Hill had a nice day, 5 for 77 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp with a nice game, 9 for 107 and a touchdown. Nothing else to really speak of here. Nothing going on the bench. A lot of shitty performances out of most of these people. But he still got the win. Last matchup we have Dakota versus Michael. Dakota won this one 135 to 105. Watson played okay, had 17. Aaron Jones kind of came back to reality a little bit, but still got 16, which is a solid game. No touchdowns for Amari Cooper, but he got 13 points. Diggs did find the end zone, got 13. Jerick McKinnon played well, got 15. Not a lot of yards, though, but I'm sure he probably wasn't used too much. I know Jeff Wilson had a big day, which Dakota had. I also had to use him in a league that's a really deep league. Did have Mike Davis on the bench, who had 19. Given who he started, Jacobs, McKinnon, and Jones, I can see why you'd bench Davis there, so I can't really fault you there, but he's definitely a solid player moving forward. I mean, he's basically just the black Christian McCaffrey. Like, that's just how the Panthers play. They throw it to the running back all the time. They run it with the running back all the time. It doesn't really matter who's back there. They're just going to give him the ball as much as they can. Looking over here, Dakota went with Gardner Minshew, who I almost played in the league, but I took him out at the last minute when I saw DJ Chark was going to be out. Good thing I did. Still didn't matter. I still lost, but got him 9 points here. Carson had the 9 points. Did get twisted up near the end of the game by Tyrone Hill, I believe, a defensive lineman for the Cowboys. I saw that play live. I'm a Cowboys fan, but that definitely looked like a dirty play. I definitely expect him to find an envelope in his locker this week with a nice fine, probably in the realm of $25,000. That looked like a dirty play to me, and it could cost Carson, a week or two here. We'll see. James Robinson had a huge day, 28 points. Mike Evans, 2 catches for 2 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what the hell? What is that? That's crazy. That'll probably never happen again. Robert Woods, decent 5 catches, 74, touchdown. Zach Ertz had 7 for 70. Obviously, Jeff Wilson with the big day with the 2 touchdowns there. Let's see his stat line. 15 rushing yards. Did have 54 receiving yards, though, and did find the end zone through the air and on the ground. Did have 13 points out of defense. Nothing on the bench. Most of his bench was out with injuries this week. So that does it for all the matchups this week. I'll have power rankings. Obviously, Josh is going to be real concerned where he's at because he is the only undefeated team. And he probably didn't move up quite as much as he thinks he should have moved up. But if he keeps winning, he'll keep moving up, and maybe he can get that number 1 spot at some point, just not yet. I'll have those power rankings posted here shortly. I will try to remember to get picks in before the Thursday night matchup this week, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, I get busy with work and shit, so and it's going to be pretty busy next couple days with the end of the month. So best of luck to everybody. Get your waiver claims in. I'm not really sure, who the big waiver guys are this week. I know Rex Burkhead had a huge day. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, but he's already picked up in our league. Those may be some of the bigger names out there. I'm not sure who's available, but get your claims in, and we'll see who everybody gets, and best of luck to everybody next week.